nigh the third from the crew to get those extra stats online. So we do love to see it. It is the Spectra that the Zinx is running. So a little bit of more on-hit damage, attack speed, ability, haste, etc. So just had to check my notes on that one and the image. Going for the Scalding Scepter, so maybe a Caustica could be in the future. What's that, Spook?
I know you didn't have to check that. I know you just remembered what it was naturally.
Checked in my Rolodex of my brain hole, man. But
We're now in a position where we've got Primal coming up. Shaper is still the target here. Primal's going to be a ways away. First just now. Finally, see some movement towards this Shaper. Talk to me a little bit about what's going to bring towards Death away. See Crew make a big contest around them?
I mean, they don't have the Kalari. Denim is not here. He's by the Prime, so there's no hunt available to secure it. And so you think, yeah, the Shaper is going to go the way of Death awaits, and now the Cataclysm is going to rain upon the map. As Spooky, you ask what's going to be coming, and it's meteors from the sky, as well as the fury of the heavens, everything raining from the burgundy skies. It's going to open up these things on the map, right? These new little pathways, these new ins and outs. A good trade here to get the mini Prime. But then those seedlings, right? They're going to put in a lot of pressure for these lanes. It's like an extra siege tank. And then those golden flowers. It's an extra 60 gold as you spot them across the map. You can see Bangle, he's in trouble. Ooh.
The stasis is not going to save his life. Immediately popped. I popped hero himself at this tower. The way of Death awaits here. Philly, I gotta point out, man.
Yeah.
If I ask someone to subscribe to these guys, hold on thought, we're gonna see a contest. Denim finally makes a play here. It's a big shutdown on a pop hero. It's not enough to save that tower, but it does get a trade going for them. Now, find a way back out. The Bloodlock has no reprieve. Instead, it's gonna be a trade 2 for 2, back and forth, a double kill for Denim.
Oh, but can he survive? That's the question, my friend. He's got a little sliver of health. Oh, they tried to find him undead, but they won't be able to spot him. He'll get the back off because he has the Prime, I believe. Yes, well done. And that is how he's going to navigate these fights. These is what the Assassins want to do. They want right before the dust settles, that's when they strike. Because you're not sure where everybody is. Abilities are flying everywhere, the visuals and all that. That's when the Assassins, they spot out who's weak. Guillotine slices right through, gets a 2-kill, gets a shutdown. It's exactly what Denim needed.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We've been waiting to see him make some plays here. Still not quite caught up, but getting on the board makes a big difference. Now he's got that bank here. Solaris online as well, so he's bringing a lot of pain, and that's pretty much all this Kalari can offer. So you have to make sure the items are there. Now we're going to see a little bit more grouping. Prime is up. For the first time, it feels like Crew might have an actual way to start fighting around this back. Just going to straight up pull it here.
There's no Abyssal Rift here for the side of the Rena. That's one of their main engage tools. So you can see Spot kind of just like, all right, let me poke people from the side. But now it's a good pincer movement here from Death Awaits.
Look for it. Some CC here, but Denim takes the first kill. No more Decker, no more cages. He's got to find a way out of it when he's being chased down, rooted by none other than Income himself. Finds that one, and that could be everything they need to open it up. Low is spotted lost here. Takes to the skies. Doesn't have a good way out though. Marky Duda is all the way down the lane, and now you're going to try to start a back. I don't think you have the feet to get it. No! Immediately pop hero. Puts it on the ground. Pops one more kill. Somebody gonna be fine on the other side of the map. That means the objective. That can go to Death Awaits.
That was a great pincer movement from the side of Death Awaits. They didn't know which way to look the crew because what their comp is designed to do is burst a singular target. Well, if two team members are looking one way and two are looking the other, you're not getting your full force of damage to take the people down. So they did get a good assassinate on the Decker, which was a primary target. Used the Ion Strike as their, martyrdom, basically. Didn't get much out of it. Were able to eliminate her, and then the Aurora kind of fell in the scuffle, but that's what you want that Aurora to do. She's going to be frontlining, taking a ton of damage, CCing people, and then allow the team to follow up. It's this Decker and Skylar combination, my friend. It's just so much damage. One ricochet stuns them up, and the hypercharge and just the bad medicine pepper shots is just crushing kids. So it's a really scary DPS line from the side of the Dusk.
strong DPS line, and in addition to that, it's also a strong front line, right? You have to do a lot of work to get past this Quan, to get past this Aurora. And by the time you do, you've probably eaten maybe a couple CCs, and with those CCs comes the follow-up damage. You're never reaching this backline full health unless you find the most beautiful flank behind everybody. And if you're the one starting up the objective yourself, you're never going to find that flank because you're already in the pit. It's such a tough situation to be in. Now second Shaper being started up here. The crew looking at the primal.
Yeah, this is a very interesting trade choice, right? We always talk about...
I like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. In terms of priority, you always want to go for Fang or Prime first, depending on which one it is, and then go for the Shaper last, especially if you know it's your enemy team's third Fang, but they get some exit kills, and 2 go down in the scuffle.
Hey, Marky is absolutely fine taking that spill. He's taken Denim off the board, and that means Primal now only on 4 members of the crew. Goes over to Spotted Lost as well, so he's going to give up a kill. But no! In Complexity, way too deep on that one. Gives up a second kill. Gotta make sure you're not overextending now. I have to wonder, will these seedlings be able to find the value that you took the Shaper for?
I don't think so, especially in this mid lane where they grouped up so heavily. They'll finally get that mid-tier 1, which is good. You need to open up that space on the map. Just so much defensive items from the side of Candy. Look at that, the Tainted Bastion, as you said, buddy. That one's coming out. And the Flux Matrix, which got a buff in this most recent patch, so good pickup there for him. But yeah, you make that trade, you're saying, okay, this is the call, and I'm glad the team went to get the Shaper, but not the right call. The 250 experience, 300 global gold, not enough for getting that primal Fang on your side, getting your second Fang Tooth, and denying the third from the other team. Yeah. Pretty rough decision there. They're going to have to look at that one in, VOD review, but still not out of this one yet. They're ahead in the kills.
Maybe if the Shaper just went down a little bit faster, I could understand that particular call, right? Go to the Shaper, we have a lead, burn it down quickly, then make our way over and either get exit kills and make their primal worthless, or we get the primal for ourselves. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world where the Shaper goes down that quickly. So now Death Awaits are in an awkward position, right? They've had the lead for most of this game. They want to be fighting. But now they've got to do it into the primal enhanced crew. And if there's one thing I've learned from my bronze games, is that when you fight into the primal team, it doesn't typically go that well.
No, it's very difficult. Even if you have even if you are clad in purple, doesn't matter. That true damage from the blaze just chunks through everything. Doesn't care. And so that's another decision-making piece, right? Knowing that you're gonna fight another uphill battle because the defending team has the blaze. So the crew, they extend this one even further. But my friend, what are they extending it for? Who is their win condition here? The TV is the carry, yes, but is he the best carry in the world? No, not against the Skylar, right? The Steel, is he gonna carry your squad? No, but who's not gonna get carried is Pops. He goes down.
Bengal, who's the win con for this team. Denim finds a second one, and all of a sudden, Death Awaits down to 3 members. They're not going to connect onto anybody, and he gets through down trying to approach. But Death Awaits should be able to peel off. I just gotta wonder, like, what are we doing, right? Obviously, we're trying to 3-man gank the Steel, but why are we trying to 3-man gank the Steel of all people?
Yeah, definitely the last on your bingo card in terms of the primary gank targets. But this is where a lot of teams struggles. How do you close out the game? You have the lead, you have the advantage. What do you do to press it? And sometimes they flounder here, and 2 of them go down. It could be the Aurora next.
Almighty looking to cut off in Complexity. Has his twin guns, but can he find twin blasts for a kill? Doesn't look like it. Over the wall goes Complexity. He's walking his way back out. Still under duress, though. I mean, just look at the way he's being hunted. Finally, the crew will peel off.
Thank you for this.
And frankly, the chase that this Aurora put the entirety of the crew on kind of just saved that entire scuff fight from Death Awaits, because they get absolutely nothing off of that. And now everyone's back up.
It was a good delay, whether it was intentional or not. You allowed your Zinks and Decker to get back in this one, and they are your such facilitators on your team, right? They're setting up the stuns, right? Locking priority targets down, peeling for the Skylar, etc. So But what do the Death Awaits team do now? Do they go wait for the Fangtooth? Right, yeah, group up as 5 and go for an objective is definitely the move, but you got to be watching your lanes there as well, making sure that they are, you know, with you and not against you. Looks like the teams are grouping up here for the Shaper now.
Wait, have an opportunity here. Right lane, getting pushed on, but you can afford to sacrifice that tier 1 tower if you're looking at a primal. Tough to get into though, even with fully grouped members. Still have to make your way past this steal, past the hope of this howitzer. Like the Shaper might go down uncontested. I say that, but in complexity says no, sir. Let's go ahead and split this fight off. It does secure the Shaper, but now they have to find a fight afterwards. We're already into the stasis, does find a way out. Denim, though, cannot say the same. And he's using his entire health bar to form a wall to stop a Mento from aggressing. And in the meantime, Spotted lost. Hits off Jungler, 1-for-1. Back out. No! He finds the CC, and the shutdown comes through from a Mento. That could be all the momentum that they need.
That's a good fight. I was wondering how the Death Awaits squad was going to engage. What is their engage tool here, knowing that they don't have a tried and true mid laner, right? It's not a Gideon with the black hole or the Tesla Dome over the top, whatever. It's through the Aurora. And a nice job for Complexity to split the fight, maybe a second or two too late, but it was a great coordinated effort from Death Awaits to be like, all right, Wall, everybody jump in. All right, let's go. They were a split second away from securing that Shaper, and if they had won it, get the 2 kills in the back end, whew, that would have put a lot of lane pressure down for them to be able to get this prime, but fortunately not the case. I like what Spotted is doing here, kind of scaling into this game, finding kill after kill in some of these scrappy engagements. Goes down at the end of that one, but still putting it in a ton of damage. They have to be careful this Rena.
Really, that's what the crew needs, right? You got this untraditional support in the Rena. So what is she going to be doing? She's not going to be peeling a whole lot. That's pretty much what your offlaner has to do. So you have to be able to bring the damage. You have to be able to disrupt those fights in some way. And sometimes just getting people to turn their eyes away from your ADC onto you is enough disruption to bring. Question is, can it work? Time and time again. We're getting close towards this prime. Now, we're gonna have to see, can the crew do this again? Can they find a winning fight here? If they don't get caught out early, then we'll survive.
Gets out there, and it's about the next neutral objective. I believe the Fang is up here. Yeah, we see the dinosaur. He's unsuspecting of what, you know, Bedlam is about to get onto his doorstep. Yeah, unfortunately crashing his day. And it looks like Death Awaits without a pick is going to start this one up. They do have all their ultimates on the board, but so do the crew.
I would stop coming into the pit if I was a Fangtooth. Crew, they're looking for a way into it themselves. See if we can give a doctor's visit. Find a corpse, though. Primal Fangtooth secured by Death Awaits. Candy's in the back end looking for a charge forward. It's low from Marky, and he's going to get dropped by Almighty. And they find a way forward into the rest of this fight. Good cage separates a lot of it. And complexity is super low right now. Undead as well. They've taken a lot of damage. No shield slam comes in, but Undead jumps over. Aurora goes down, and that cage is being utilized in its entirety to try to separate things. It's only 2 left alive. The duo lane for Death Awaits. They're really hoping that their name does not ring true.
I love this chase down from the crew. They knew they could press the advantage, especially with the Kalari. That's where she's licking her lips. She loves when there are stragglers, right? People straying from the flock, able to find in complexity there on the Aurora. But fantastic peel from the Decker to keep the carry alive. As long as those 2 are up, they can keep the base safe. They got what they came for, though, my friend. They got the Primordial Blaze. They got their second Fangtooth.
Sort of.
They know they, well, yeah, what do you mean, sort of? They did, no?
They only got it on 2 people now.
That's okay. It's better than none. And they're giving up the prime here, but I think they'll be able to at least defend the base here for now. They have all their outer towers still up.
It's a tough spot, right? You make the call to go for the objective, and you lose 3 people on your way out. You've lost most of the value of that Primal Fangtooth. It's still on your ADC, which I think is the most important one, right? A Mento being able to shred down these targets with that Primal Blaze is important. you're going up against the crew, a fully stacked 5-man Prime. You'll be grabbing the Shaper as well. And there's one thing that I think is terrifying, is trying to contest the little seedlings who are also surrounded by enhanced minions. Like, that is an incredibly strong push that Death Awaits doesn't have a ton of answers for. Like, where's the wave clear here?